Welcome to Behind Blue Eyes, the show that is all things New South Wales Rugby League. We'll talk to our greats of the past about the life and times of our players and people of today. Great to have you on board. Let's go Behind Blue Eyes. It is time to go Behind Blue Eyes, and what a treat. We've got Manly legend, true Blue Cliff Lyons. How are you, Cliffy?
It's great to be here, Tim.
What about Manly, first off? Tom Trbojevic, I know Desi wasn't very happy. He's not happy when they lose, but he's going to be out for the season. How do they cope with that?
I think Desi's not going to be happy when he gets fined, but he's a big loss for anyone, you know what I mean? I was talking to Daly Cherry Evans a couple of days ago, and he said the boys have just got to move forward without Tom and concentrate on their games.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you played a lot of rugby league. Injury comes with it, so you need to be a squad, a team that adjusts with that.
You've got to adjust because the best teams in the world, you've got to have injuries, and that's come with the nature of the game, and you've got to adjust and you've got to move forward with it.
So when you are missing your stars, like a few of the New South Wales players won't be there, I mean, there'll be plenty of stars there. You've got your Cleary and all the Penrith guys, plus plenty of others. But how do you adjust? You're a coach now yourself, Cliffy?
Yeah, well, there's two big factors there. There's Tommy and Latrell there. They're up here. They're way above everybody else, and to have them missing out of any team's a great loss. But the guys that they bring in have got to play their own game and do what they do best for the team.
And that's it, you've got to adjust to individuals, aren't you? You can't try and expect
you can't,
that...
That's right. Yeah. You can't come into a team and try and do what they do. You can't do it. You just got to do your thing, do what you do best.
So on the subject of injury, no turbo for Manly means no turbo for New South Wales. It doesn't look like we're going to have Latrell either, but it gives the opportunity for guys like Stephen Crichton, who's playing out of his skin at Penrith.
Talakai from Sharks. Yeah. Right? There's a few out there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and he's got those great hands. So there's always someone to step up into the breach if there's no one there. And how important is loyalty, do you reckon, it comes to selection? Because a lot of talk around whether Damien Cook's going to get the slot. It looks like he will, but Api Coruscant's breathing down his neck.
Yeah, Api is certainly breathing down his neck, but loyalty is probably a key factor for Freddy. He's got a group there, a core that he's had for a few years now, so I think he'd go with the choice of his loyal players, and I know Happy would love to be in there for sure.
Yeah. What about Freddy? How have you thought he's gone?
We stopped the drought, so I'm pretty happy with it. So hopefully we can do 9 in a row or something, eh?
Well, you played a lot of football against him and with him. What kind of guy was Freddy?
Freddy's a laid-back sort of a guy, a young fella. So obviously I was the old stage above him. Actually played with Freddy, so he's a great football player. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and obviously doing the New South Wales coaching, it's taken him a step further.
Now we're looking at that jersey, number 14. It's a very important jersey, isn't it? That guy that comes off the bench, and obviously Jack White and playing good for Canberra. What about Nicho Hynes with the Sharks? Come up from Melbourne, and he's really found a home at Cronulla quickly. He
certainly has. He's adapted well, and the thing I like about Nicho, he said at first that he wanted to run the show at the Sharks, and that's why he went there, and he's doing exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Indigenous round, how important is Indigenous round in your eyes, Cliff?
Oh, it's very important. I do a lot of that Indigenous stuff with Manly, and it's great to let everybody know about the cultures in Australia. And
you played, of course, and played against a lot of Indigenous players. Laurie you played with, and then you look at that Queensland side, had so many Indigenous players.
Yeah, Steve Renouf, Mal Meninga, Wendell, put Chuck Wendell in there. They had some awesome players, and I was fortunate enough to play with Laurie and that, so it was great to be a part of it.
It really is true, isn't it? Some of the greatest players to have played the game of rugby league and are playing it are of Indigenous background.
It is, yeah. I forgot to mention Chika. I think I had a little bit of a run with Chika. So, it's just great to be out there and be a part of the Blues Festival and to build up to it. So I'm looking forward to it.
New South Wales to win?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
9 in a row.
Cliffy Lyons on to Steve Menzies in. Good to see you. I think we've successfully gone behind blue eyes. Good to see you, Cliffy.
You too, Timmy.